All right, what's going on, guys? We are back with our Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to be talking hidden potential builds for the new LR Beast Gohan. Now, I don't think it's really any secret the way that most people are going to build this character. The way I built mine might surprise you a little bit, but I do have reasons for why I have done the way things that I have done, and it's worked out for me so far. So let's go ahead, let's jump in. Let's look at some basic hidden potential builds. We'll kind of talk about this, and then we'll kind of show the way I've built my character out and the way it's been working for me. So Beast Gohan, amazing character. I'll say this right now. I think it's so funny to me watching Dokkan Twitter implode on itself of people who day one absolutely hated this character, and as the days have gone on, a lot of people are like, well, actually, he's really not that bad. It's, yeah, okay. That's what we've been saying from the beginning, right? Really, all that matters is how you build this guy out, okay? So his kit is very basic, right? He doesn't have a whole lot built in here, which I think is another reason people are kind of a little bit iffy on him. You know, the attack and defense 350, the extra key, he's got some 58% damage reduction, he's got guard, he's got support for Piccolo characters, which is great, and maybe points to a part 2 Piccolo. I kind of hope. I think he'll do much better at having like a Piccolo as a part 2 to support this guy than a Cell Max at this point, even though I'd love to have a new Cell Max. I think an Orange Piccolo standalone would be great for this character to help build him up a little bit more, help give some support. Maybe the same way he supports Piccolo here, Piccolo can support Gohan, yada, yada, yada. Discussion for another day. Right, as we kind of go through his kit, there is some glaring things that are missing based off what he does have. He is a counter style character, so he's got that kind of Vegito-esque to him, where he likes to do a lot of counters against normal attacks. There's just a glaring issue of no crit built into his kit whatsoever. Now, he's a tech character. He does get the base 5 crit from the hidden potential, which is good, right? It does give him that chance to actually crit. But what you're going to want to do is make sure you maximize that, right? Because these counters are what he does. This is his bread and butter, right? The STR LR Beast Gohan was a defensive wall. This guy is a counter maniac. He wants to get hit and he wants to hit back. So maximizing crits for this character is going to be huge. Now, you do kind of want to look at the idea of throwing some additional on him as well, because on his 12 key, he does raise his attack for 4 turns, which is kind of like one of those pseudo stacks going on here. But if you get him to do an additional, you know, you kind of help build this up a little bit more, raise his attack a little bit more, makes these counters hit a little bit harder, right? So that's kind of one way you can kind of think about him. And probably the way most people are thinking about him is a full crit build. And you wouldn't be wrong to say that. Now, I want to give you kind of my take on the way that I built this character. That a lot of people are like, why would you do that? Why would you build him this way? And I'll tell you right now, because it works, really. Now, Beast Gohan has another kind of quote-unquote glaring issue, and that comes in terms of defense, right? He's not really getting a whole lot of defense. Yeah, he's got the 58% damage reduction here. He does have guard, which thankfully for that. His 18 key, I hate my mouse scroller right now. It's really messing up on me. His 18 key does give him another 58% attack and defense, which is great. But his 12 key not giving him additional defense does kind of hurt him a little bit. Now, if you go into like his active skill turn, right, he's going to get the extra 100% defense here, which does actually help him out quite a bit. Gives the team that KO survive mechanic, which is great. But again, another thing that he just doesn't have built in to his kit is dodge. And I know a lot of people are gonna roast me for this one, but I think throwing some dodge on this character would do some people some good, right? Now, hear me out. People are like, oh, but he wants to get hit. He wants to counter. He has to get hit in order to counter. He doesn't. He doesn't have to get hit in order to counter. If he dodges that normal attack, he still counters. So basically what you're doing by giving him a little bit of dodge in his kit is giving him survivability against some of those hard-hitting supers that he's not going to be able to counter. He's just going to have to take that hit at face value and hopefully come walking out from it. Now, I've had times where he's taken crit supers straight out of the gate and he's survived. He's done very well. But you do also have to keep in mind, he is in like his active skill turn. He's getting a little bit of support from his team. if you're looking at him just the way he is, he's going to take a lot of those supers, especially before attacking, and he's going to either A, die outright, or B, take a whole lot of damage. You know the easiest way, the best way to avoid that? Dodging. I'll tell you right now, it's to dodge. Now, I'm not a like every character needs a dodge build style guy, although I do think that dodge gives you kind of the best survivability. And because this guy has 0 built into him, I think he can do with some dodge, right? Yes, he definitely needs the crits in order to maximize these counters, but in order to do these counters, he needs to survive. How do you survive? You dodge or you tank. He doesn't have great tanking ability. Give him a little bit of dodge. Now, if we go ahead and go over to my build here for the Beast Gohan, you can kind of see I've done more on the side of crit, right? Crit is maximized, quote unquote maximized, right? I don't go full crit with him. But mainly we went crit. We threw a little bit into the additional side, and then we did give him some dodge. Now, we didn't go crazy on the dodge. He's not a full dodge build right now. But right now, what I have with him is that 11 dodge, which just gives him a chance, man. Even if you just give him 3 dodge, 5 dodge, whatever, you give yourself the chance to survive. You give yourself that chance to dodge. And again, if you dodge, you counter. Make sure you keep that in mind. And I've tested it and it does work, right? I know it does say when receiving a normal attack, but basically it just means if someone launches a normal attack at him, he is still going to counter. Whether he gets hit, whether he dodges, you can still use the counters. Now, obviously, with him being a counter style character, with him not having any sort of crit built into his kit, you do want to go look at that crit side first in order to maximize what he is meant to do, and it is to counter, to hit back, to hit hard. Then you kind of look at his utility and his survivability, which is where I look at the dodge, where you can look at a little bit more defense. You can do that. Or if you want to maximize some more of his attacking potential, his critting potential, or his countering potential, you can throw a little bit of attack stat on him. Wouldn't go too crazy. Now, I did throw a God equip on him for attack and defense, 7-7 each, just basically to give him a little bit more oomph in his hits and a little bit more defense in him taking those hits in case he doesn't dodge, right? Basically with this guy, like, you just want him to survive. You want him to survive. You want him to counter. You want him to do his thing. He is a very, very good character. He really is. And it's, again, I love, and I think it's hilarious to watch people do a whole 180 on him the more and more they use him and realize, yeah, he's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good. You just got to build him right. He's one of those guys that 55%. Yes, he's got crit built in his base hidden potential, but he's going to want dupes, right? The more dupes you have for this character, the more you're able to maximize out that hidden potential to build out either more crit, more dodge, more additional, whatever you're trying to go for with him. The more dupes you have, the better. Then you can open up more of those paths for the skill orbs, which again gives you more potential for those crits, for those dodge, for those additional. But for me, I think going a higher amount of crit is going to be very good, and I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. But giving him some sort of dodge will help, right? Unless you run into an event where you can't dodge, so be it. But if this guy gets hit by like an AoE before he gets a chance to attack, he's probably going to get smoked, right? Again, you give him the chance to survive. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But those times that it works, you're going to be really happy that you did it, right? So that's just my take on the Beast Gohan. This is the way that I've built my character out. This is the way that I recommend most people building him out. Maybe not the exact numbers, right? If you want to go higher on the crit, go higher on the crit. If you want to go a little bit more additional or a little bit less additional, that's fine. If you want to go more dodge, less dodge, that's fine. But I highly recommend giving him at least some of each, right? Give him some additional in order to maximize his potential to do more of his 12 key supers, to raise his attacks, to make the counters hit a little bit harder. Definitely go for the crits to make sure you maximize the effectiveness of those counters, and then give him a little bit of freaking dodge, guys. Like, let him have the chance to survive. Right? Let him have that chance to dodge. He has nothing built in here. So doing that, I think, is honestly the best way to do it. Again, you don't have to have the exact numbers I do. I've kind of played around with it a little bit. We'll probably play around with it a little bit more with some of the skill orbs and things like that. But for now, this is the build that's worked for me. And it's worked very, very well. It's maximized his potential. I've yet to die with this character. Like, he may get hit pretty hard, but I've yet to die with him specifically. So take it at face value, but this is exactly the way that I would build this guy out. And I think this is the best way to kind of build him around some of these characters, some of this content, and for his teams, just to maximize his potential and make him a little bit better. So if you guys stuck around to this video, I do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of my build here for Beast Gohan. Let me know what you guys are doing for your builds. And let me know what you guys think is the best way to kind of build this character out and what's worked for you. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.